Want to give a quick shout out to all of my patrons. Thank you so much for all of the continued support. Hey everybody, it is the first of the month, and that means it's time for me to talk about my August to-be-read list, commonly referred to as my TBR. But before we go into the books, let's talk about the July TBR contest. If you're not aware, each month I run a contest where you predict how I will score all the books that I'm going to read in the upcoming month. The top 3 spots are winners, and the winners are highlighted in my TBR video, and I'll talk about them soon. If you win twice, you get to pick any book you want for me to read and review. And since the start of the contest, we've now had 16 winners, but nobody has quite won twice quite yet. But I imagine that's going to happen soon. Last month, we had 188 contestants, and I hope this month that you will join. Click the link down in the description to officially submit your picks. And then, if you want, join the Discord to follow along. Every time I finish a book, I update the spreadsheet that shows you where you stand in the standings. We talk about it on the Discord, down in the TBR channel. Really fun. Join the Discord if you haven't yet, and please submit your picks after watching this video. So, in the past month, the TBR winner of the gold medal was Manu, who got 8 out of 9 correct, which is the most correct anybody's ever gotten in this contest. And he was off the average by only a score of 0.17. The silver medal goes to Doan the Hound, who got 7 out of 9 correct, and he was off by 0.28. And the bronze medal goes to Sandy from Belgium, who also got 7 out of 9 correct, but was off by a little further by 0.39. I also technically got a bronze medal, but I cheated because I already knew how I was going to rate the first 2 books since I was almost done reading them, and nobody else knew those scores. So, yeah, 7 out of 9, but I don't feel great about it. The book that most people got correct was Before They Are Hanged, which is the second novel in the First Lost series by Joe Abercrombie. 175 out of 188 got that right, which is 93%. And the book that most got wrong was Yumi and the Nightmare Painter, Brandon Sanderson's secret project number 3. Only 3 people out of 188 got it, which is 1.6%. The worst score out of everybody was somebody who got 0 out of 9 correct, and the average score was 4.37 out of 9. So now let's talk about the books that I'm going to be reading the upcoming month, and I'll tell you my thoughts about them to give you a little hint about maybe how you should vote in this contest. So, the first one is Empire in Black and Gold. This is book 1 of the Shadows of the Apt series by Adrian Tchaikovsky. I'm going to be doing this in ebook. I should finish that today, later on. This is 612 pages and 153,000 words. I was supposed to finish this up last month, so people submitted their picks for it. I didn't quite get to it because I had a really busy month last month, and I was a little bit behind what I wanted to be. I am not going to give you a prediction on this because that'd be cheating, because I kind of already know what I'm going to rate it. However, what I will say is what I already told people in my Discord when they asked me about this book. And what I said was when I was about 20% through this book, I absolutely loved it. Now, did I continue to love it? Did I like it less from that point? That's for you to figure out. But I will say that I absolutely loved the first quarter of this book, and that's all I'm going to say. The second book is Carl's Doomsday Scenario. This is book 2 of Dungeon Crawler Carl by Matt Dinniman. I'm going to be doing this one on audiobook. I should finish this one up tomorrow. It's 364 pages and 108,000 words. Again, I'm not going to do a prediction, but I will tell you that in book 1, I loved it. It was an easy 5 out of 5. This book series in general is about this guy, Carl, who gets somewhat forced to compete in this contest where there's only one potential winner if they actually make it all the way through, because Earth has been taken over by aliens. They've kind of always been here in the series, but they're here, they're doing a game show, and whoever can travel down to the bottom layer of this dungeon, fighting monsters the whole way, wins. And yeah, really fun series, and you just gotta guess what I thought book 2 was. Book number 3 is Silverthorn. This is book 3 in the Rift War saga by Raymond D. Feist. I'm doing this one on ebook. Should finish this one up, August 6th. This is 343 pages and 146,000 words. And I'm going to predict 4 stars. Now, this was on the contest last month. This is the second of 2 books that I didn't quite get to. I really liked the first 2 books in the series. I gave a 5-star to the first book. I gave 4.5 to the second book. I'm going a 4-star prediction here because I'm worried about the trend that we're going on. And I've heard mixed things about this third book in the series. So I think 4 stars, my average prediction, I think, when I don't really know what I'm going to do, because in general, that's about the average score that I give to books. I think my average score is like 3.9 something when you average everything out. And we're going with that. I think the series is awesome. It's an old series written in the early to mid 80s. I think that's around the time frame it was. But it holds up extremely well. Holds up way better than a lot of older books have any right to. And yeah, just great stuff. Next, I'm going to read Queen Among Ashes. This is the second short story in the Sun Eater series by 𝗂𝐿. I'm doing this one on ebook, and I should finish this up on the 7th. This is 173 pages and 57,000 words. It's a novella. I'm going to predict 4 stars. Now, in novellas, I've never given a novella 5 stars. I've not read a terribly large amount of novellas, but I'm really hoping this one's it. I'm going to predict 4 stars. The first novella, I gave 4 stars. I liked it a lot. I could have given it 5 stars, but there was a large section of the book that had this kind of weird take on Catholicism that kind of felt out of place. I might have given it higher, might have given it 4.5, but gave it 4, I think. Did I give it 4.5? I think I gave it 4. But let's see what this one is, but I'm guessing 4 stars. Next up is Blood Meridian by Cormac McCarthy, who I believe recently passed away. I'm doing this one on audiobook. I should finish this one up on the 8th. This is 351 pages and only 96,000 words. I'm going to predict 5 stars. So I like old Western stories. I like more brutal, kind of grimdark stories. This combines the two. Now, I loved Lonesome Dove. I've heard from people that say if you love Lonesome Dove, there's a potential that you're going to love this one also. I also did some looking up because when I finished up playing Red Dead Redemption on a replay recently, Red Dead 2, I was like, man, I love this story. Are there any books that are like that? And everybody said the one book that is a lot like that is Blood Meridian. So I'm going to guess 5 stars. I have a lot of hopes for this. We'll see. I've heard people telling me in the Discord that they think I'm going to give this like a 1-star or a 2-star. Who knows? But yeah, I'm guessing 5 stars. Next is The Spider. This is book 2 of Under the Northern Sky by Leo Carew. I'm doing this one in ebook. I should finish this one up on the 9th. And this is 400 pages, 117,000 words. And again, I'm going a 5-star prediction. So this series is not terribly well known. This book got thrown my way as part of my Patreon raffle pick. It was a random book. I had no idea what I was going to think, and I thought it was absolutely marvelous. I loved everything about the first book. I cannot wait to read the second one. In my mind, I can't believe that this will be anything less than 5 stars. I loved the first one that much. The writer is so good. I love the story. I love the world. Hopefully it holds up. Maybe I'm leading you too far to 5. I'm going to give a 4 and everybody's going to miss it and be mad at me, but that's where I'm at right now. Next up is The Tyranny of Faith. This is book 2 of Empire of the Wolf by Richard Swan. I'm doing this one on ebook. I should finish this up on the 14th. It's 592 pages and about 148,000 words. And again, I'm going 5-star prediction. So I read the first one. I thought it was awesome. Really loved it. I've heard some mixed things about the second one, but I love the first one so much that I gotta go 5 stars again. The first book was about this traveling judge in this fantasy setting who ends up having to solve this mystery. It gets dark, it gets kind of horror. It's awesome. I loved everything about that book. I'm really excited to dive back into this world again, and crossing my fingers that I'm gonna love this one. So far, I think I'm gonna have a wonderful month. We'll see. Next up is one I'm a little confused about. So it's The 3-Body Problem. This is book 1 of Remembrance of Earth's Past by 𝗤𝐿𝐿. I'm doing this one on audiobook. I should finish this one up around the 15th. It's 400 pages and about 104,000 words. I'm going to predict 4 stars. Now, this book is the one that got the Patreon raffle pick this month. It's a sci-fi book. Now, I don't normally love sci-fi books. Sometimes I do. I loved the Sun Eater books when I read them recently by 𝗂𝗂𝗂, the first 2. There are some sci-fi that I absolutely adore. In general, I like it less than fantasy. But I've heard so many positive things about this one. But I could see myself scoring this anywhere from 1 to 5. And for that reason, I'm going to be giving this one double points if you guess it correctly. So you can get 2 points if you get this one right. I'm also doing this one on a buddy read. So if you have any interest in reading this book with me and talking about it on a daily basis, come join the Discord. We're starting that one up. I don't know exactly the starting date. I think it's like the 8th, maybe the 7th or the 6th. Come join the Discord. You'll find out what time we're going to start it. The buddy reads are super fun. Every single day, we have a assigned reading list on like a few chapters a day, usually like 40 to 50 pages. We try to read it up before that day, so when the day hits, we unlock the thread for that day, and we talk about the 2 or 3 chapters that are relevant to that day. It's super fun format. I love it. I've been a part of buddy reads in the past, where you kind of talked about it on intermittent points, or you finished the book and then you talked about it. This one's a daily discussion. It really kind of helps inform me a lot more on these books. I get to see things I might not normally have seen. It'd be fun to read this along with you, and I hope that you join. Next up is Of Darkness and Light. This is book 2 of The Bound and the Broken by Ryan Cahill. I'm doing this on ebook. Should finish this one on the 22nd. It is a chonker. This one's 828 pages, 257,000 words. I'm going to go 4-star. I struggled if I should go 4 or 5 stars on this, because I really like the first one. I gave it 4 stars. It's kind of this old school epic fantasy story, although it's written more recently. But every single person that I've ever heard that have read the series said the second one is better than the first one. But I'm going to stick to my 4. But I have a lot of hope. I can't imagine it's going to be worse than that. My guess is 4 or 5. We'll see. Next up is Gunmetal Gods. This is book 1 of the Gunmetal Gods saga by 𝗟𝐿 Akhtar. I'm doing this on audiobook. I should finish this one around the 25th. It's 475 pages and 142,000 words. I'm going to go another 4-star prediction. Everything this month so far is 4 and 5 stars. I have a lot of faith this month is going to be awesome. I am also doing a buddy read on this one. So every month I take the books that are a first in a series or a standalone, and I offer them up to my Discord, and I say, let's vote on which one we're going to buddy read. There were like 50 votes for this one and 50 votes for the 3-body problem. It was a tie, so I said, let's just buddy read them both. So if you're interested in this one, come join the Discord. Let's read it together. I don't know anything about it, though. I know what the cover looks like. I have heard that it's got some grim, dark elements to it. That's it. I want to keep it that way, and I can't wait to be surprised about what's inside of there. Then the last book for this month is A Practical Guide to Conquering the World. Love the title. This is the final book of the 𝐒𝐮𝐩𝐩 trilogy by K.J. Parker. I'm doing this one on ebook. Should finish this up around the 26th of the month. It's 384 pages and 123,000 words. I'm going to predict 5 stars. I gave a 5-star to the first book. I gave a 5-star to the second book. How am I going to give anything but a 5-star to the third book? These books are all loosely connected. They follow a different person each time, kind of talking about the history of the city. They're so funny and like they're just witty from its core. I love the storylines. Super fun. I just can't wait to read this one, and I can't wait to give it another 5 stars, hopefully. Hopefully, this will be my best month of all time. It's certainly shaping up that way in terms of what my predictions are. Now, my predictions could be wildly off. We'll see. Go take the TBR contest. It's easy. It takes about a minute to fill out, and join along in the fun in the Discord. So, thank you so much for watching this, and as always, happy reading to you. Want to give another shout out to all of my patrons, with a special shout out to my Ascendant tier and Librarian tier patrons: Anna G, Brian, CJ, Darren, Jonathan, My Book is Lit, Nathan T, Nev's Book Channel, Orion, Ron Reich, Russell, Ryan L, Anna, Andra, Angelo, Ben, Blair, Brock, Evan, Harry B, Jamie, Jeff Pixler, Joe, Maria, Michael Sugarman, Sky, TW57, Wacky, and Zion.